Good afternoon, all. Paul from CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Wednesday afternoon, July 30th. We're looking at Window Trader's market profile of the ES and NQ. So let's first start off by saying, you know how I think any of these news, anything is a joke. Today was such a beautiful example of it, it's not even funny, right? They came out with no rate cut. Market shot up. Then it settled in J. Then Powell starts his press conference, goes up, makes highs in K. And as he's speaking, first you see headlines of traders price in 65% in September cut, another 68% in December cut. And then as Powell's chirping along about tariffs being tough, this, that, all of a sudden it says traders pare back their percentage on rate cuts. Folks, it is fucking garbage. Everything out there is garbage when it comes to any of that stuff. Plain and simple. It's meaningless, useless crap. Then they push down hard, and I'm going to tell you something, just like I told the room. When we started going down in K and L, I said we cannot lower POC in ES or NQ, even if we go down 5,000 points. Not something to ignore. I said, aside from balance rules, which to me are the most important rules out there, when you have a POC 9 wide or more, and it can't get lowered when the market spikes lower or can't get raised when it spikes higher, it is not something to ignore going forward. Now, it doesn't mean we'll get it tomorrow or next week, but I'm telling you, it's not something to ignore. As I'm speaking, obviously Facebook and Microsoft earnings are coming out. I don't know which one came out, maybe both, but look at NQ. NQ is trading above today's high right now. So believe it or not, if we opened above today's high, that point of control, which couldn't get lowered, would now be a downside reference point. There's a lot of different things that have kept me wary of how this market might play out, because we had good excess on K period today in ES and yesterday. However, the all-time high is where? In the overnight. So that excess I don't believe will hold. Plus you couldn't lower that POC. Now NQ is a little different. I marked this excess yesterday. Look at today's K high. It almost got to it. You think this market is being run by short-term players? And then we went down, and guess what? We held excess not only from yesterday, but also today. Now, what's transpiring is meaningless to me until we open tomorrow. However, if we make a new high in the maintenance session here in the NQ and or overnight, then again I'm going to say that excess, and I told the room, I said if ES had an all-time high, not in the overnight, and we had the excess at the high yesterday and today in ES and NQ, I'd say, you know what, that'd be something to definitely keep an eye on. I said, but because ES did not have that, I don't think this excess is going to hold for either one. Well, as you can see, we're making highs in the maintenance session. Now, again, that does not mean we're going to open there tomorrow. It does not mean this excess won't hold. But for now, I would say there's very good odds that what we talked about in the trading room with the excess and with the POC not being lowered is so critically important. It's not funny. Now, what did the bears accomplish today? Well, the daily is down right now. This means nothing to me, trading above today's high. We need to take out today's high tomorrow, and then the daily will be back to balance. Now, the weekly and monthly is still very healthy. They're both up. So we can go from balance to down, back to balance if we take out the high. Now, if we do that tomorrow, I don't care, again, if we go up 100 points, 500 points, 1,000 points. Whatever tomorrow's high is would be our balance, because markets don't go from balance to bear to bull. So because I called them down today, it is now going to be balanced, with today's low being the balance low and tomorrow's high, whatever it may be. And again, I'm getting ahead of myself. We don't know where the market's going to open tomorrow. But if we do take out yesterday's high and go higher, then that would be the balance high. Same in ES. If we do that, then today's low would be the balance low, and whatever tomorrow's high is, as long as they take out the all-time high, would be the balance high. Now, righty, on the other hand, is down on the daily. They went out with a double distribution day down. They were 8 wide, which never could get lowered. Now, that's still something not to ignore, but it's not 9 wide or more. So they go out with one set of single prints, down on the daily, and balance on the weekly. Remember, I called the weekly up last week. Well, they took out last week's low. So they're back to balance. So they're up monthly, balance weekly, down daily. Now, as far as my trading went today, saw the market excellent, except for the first trade of the day, which cost me big time, and I finally got it all back in K period and should have gotten more back in L, but I fell asleep at the switch. So the trade that hurt me early was I took a short to get the overnight low in A. I had a 2-lot, only a 2-lot. Actually came in, I took one off. I was up 5-6 points. Then it started ripping. Instead of just taking that other 1 lot off, what did I do? I added and kept adding. Well, it cost me about $2,200. Not the end of the world, but then it took me the rest of the day to get it all back. I longed A to get the overnight high. We got both overnights and both IBs in both these things. I longed A on a pullback. B period I longed. I shorted B because I didn't think we would get single prints in NQ. So I kept getting it back. But then the big trade that got it back was K period. I took the short to get both the IB low and the overnight low when it was coming in, and so got all my loss back. But it was right before the turnover, and I wasn't quick enough. I wanted a short again when the time frame flipped over, because you knew the momentum was going to rip lower. So not only would I have gotten everything back, I would have had a really nice trade, because I was going to load up. I was going to do it on a 5-lot. I basically did it on a 5-lot to get my money back, and then I was going to take a 5-lot, which would have given me a decent day, because it did push down hard on the turnover. Didn't happen. That was it, and I didn't do anything else. So I'm happy. I'm happy that I broke even. Right? We move forward. These algos just continually get ripped. So right now, NQ has a new all-time high in the maintenance. Now, the odds are the overnight high will be higher than the maintenance period. But if it is not, I will use it as my all-time high. Can't just ignore it. Okay? And then chart-wise, so, again, the monthly just chugging along. At some point, I want the monthly to come into balance. Well, it doesn't look like it is any desire to do that anytime soon. The weekly is still up in ES and in NQ. And the daily is down for now. Okay? We take out today's high tomorrow, balance, and then we'll see how high the balance high will be. Telling you, we really lead the room during slow times and quick and fast times. Come check us out at CalumBackTrading.org. Thank you for the people that are using my code to sign up for Tradeify. I really appreciate that. I'm affiliated with them. The codes are on these videos morning and night. I hope you had a good day trading. Rest up, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.